Hello and welcome to the second episode of this Six Nations series. I've simulated to the second season. I just want to apologise in advance. My voice is pretty gone and I've got a cold, everything. So I'm going to try and speak as clearly as humanly possible. But yeah, anyway, let's get this underway and we'll start with the Six Nations Conference South. If you haven't looked at the first video, watch the first video, I suggest you do, because otherwise you're going to be pretty confused what's going on. So Bournemouth won the playoff and Watford are going up with them. Now it looks like... interesting. Looks like Cambridge United were the team that came up through. It'll be the Southern Premier League, and they're going straight back down, along with the two Welsh teams that came down from the conference, which isn't really a surprise. But Watford have gone up. Troy Deeney with an amazing 34 goals. That is pretty incredible for a league which is pretty much um, Championship League One teams. That is very impressive. So well done to Watford if you fans if you're watching this. But Bournemouth, they came second and they went up in the playoffs. So I always think that's right. Let's just quickly look at the transfers. Just see if there were any big ones. Loan, here we go. He's a good player. Demario Gray's gone to Dundalk, and Dundalk, I think they might be in the Premier League. I might look at that. Dali Ali, who's gone in real life to Tottenham, has gone to Lorient. Wait, whoa! This isn't the same one that was at PSG, is it? Oh, so he went to. That is very weird. Adrian Rabiot went to the Six Nations Conference South, Birmingham, for 210k. That is a very weird transfer. This database has just produced a very odd transfer. What a bargain for Birmingham that was, because he's a good player. I don't know why he went to Conference South team. Let's go and look at the North now. Oh, blimey. Look at that. Jordan Rhodes, 8.25 million to Lyon. And Dundalk. Bloody hell. Danny Ings. I just forgot who they signed a second ago. So they seem to be signing some good players. And Burnley have gone up. Rudy Gestide, I can never pronounce his name. So Blackburn and Burnley, the two rival teams, have gone up together. Leeds just missing out. And Accrington, who I believe were also the team that went up, through it would be the Conference North, the whatever's below the Conference North. But yeah, that's the Northern Premier League, I think it's called. But yeah, so they've gone down again with the two Welsh teams, which is interesting. I'm interested to see how Dundalk are doing. Dundalk last season, by the way, in their first season, managed to beat AC Milan away. I noticed that. But Fulham won. They're going up with Wigan. Blimey. Some big teams there. Catania, Crystal Palace. See, Crystal Palace, Premier League team. They can't get up. The two teams from the Championship are going up though. Fulham and Wigan with quite a bit of distance away from the others. Wigan winning in the playoffs against Norwich. The teams to go down, Shamrock Rovers B team go down to Conference South, and That's interesting. And Waterford United, who I believe are an Irish team. Yeah, they are. So they are the first two Irish teams we've seen go down. Wexford Youth stay up, and Finn Harps, the two other Irish teams, along with these two Welsh teams that went down. So that's interesting. Yeah, Wigan at Matrologou still up Fulham, which is interesting. Rafe, look at that, 26 goals. How did Rafe do? Not so great. But yeah, that's interesting. We'll just quickly look at the transfers here. Oh, he's a good player. I've bought him on Football Manager before. He's a right back, so he's gone to Chelsea. Nathan Redmond to Rangers, 7.75 million. So Rangers being in the Premier League has obviously given them a bit of money to spend finally. Britt Osabalonga has gone to Croton. And I believe Croton are one of the teams that got left behind in Serie A, and they finished fifth. We'll come back to that in a second. We'll look at the other divisions in a bit to see what that's all about. Any other interesting? Shamak, Le Fondre going to Lorient, Anichbe going to Fulham, Punchin. Well, let's go up to the next division and see what's happened here. So Sunderland are going up in the playoffs. And did Sunderland go up the season before? Or am I imagining something? No, they didn't. I am imagining something. But yes, so Sunderland go up through the playoffs along with St Mirren. Blimey, St Mirren had a great first season. They did very well, and they've gone up, winning the league. Look at these, over QPR, Nice. They have done very well, St Mirren. Big teams in here. The two teams to go down, obviously the Welsh teams. These Welsh teams have managed to stay up. Connors Quay, Barry. Look, there's a lot of Welsh teams here still. But the Premier League team stuck here. Leicester, QPR. Leicester got 10 points deducted, but still, that wouldn't have got them automatic promotion. But Premier League teams finishing below St Mirren. So St Mirren are doing really well. They're the surprise package at the moment. Let's see. Have St Mirren signed anyone decent? Is that why they're doing well? Stephen Cork has gone to PSG for 7.75 million. Michael Frey to St Mirren. This could be it. Who is this guy? Let's have a quick look. He looks decent. Yeah, let's go and look at the other divisions quickly. League One, Swansea going in up winning the playoffs against Inverness. West Brom, Hull, Swansea, so 3 Premier League teams going up. I believe Hull, that's 2 straight promotions for Hull. From they were in League 2 last season. Torino won that league and they've stuck in there. And Udinese again lose out on the playoffs. They got into the playoffs last season. So Hull, 2 straight promotions for Hull. Torino just miss out on another straight promotion. But that's interesting. Shelbourne are the Irish team, which joined the 3 standard Welsh teams to go down. This guy, I think, was doing amazing in the first season as well. And Angel Rangel, again, having a great season. Let's quickly look at the transfers. Serge Aurier, great player. He's gone to Man United. Jordi Arma, 8 million for this team. Is this another Italian? See, look at this. This is very interesting. I'm looking forward to looking at the other leagues. The Italian teams that aren't in these leagues are going to be benefiting a lot, I think. Vidra's gone. Tom Ince gone to Cork City for 3.3 million. What a deal. Montpellier have signed Charlie Austin. That's great. Let's go up to the Championship. And Fiorentina go up. They just missed out last time, but they go up in the playoffs. And Tottenham again miss out in playoffs. And Roma this time don't miss out, and they go up as champions along with Lyon and Fiorentina. No English teams going up there. Tottenham missing out, Aston Villa missing out, Napoli still stranded in there, and Mario Gomez having a good season, and Eriksen again, player of the season in the league. So I might not be surprised if he ends up going in the next few years. TNS finish above Hearts at Motherwell. Blimey. That's a Welsh team. Wow. That is interesting. Port Talbot don't manage to stay up this season after staying up last year. They did pretty awful. But how have TNS done so well? It obviously was last season, the Premier League. They managed to get some good players in. Luke Freeman. Bradley Wright Phillips is there. So they managed to get in some good players from being in the Premier League last season. They become the first Welsh team that we've seen that haven't gone down. That haven't gone down when there's not been like any other space. Like, I'm not explaining it well. If there have been 3 relegation spaces, they've all been Welsh. They become the first Welsh team to survive and finish above other teams. Whatever, I'm not describing this well, but you get what I mean. Let's look at the transfers quickly, and then we'll get on to the Premier League. Eric Lamela, 37.5 million. Blimey. Surely that money's going to be reinvested into Spurs. We'll see how Liverpool are doing. Jorginho, he's a decent player. 26 million though. Fridge. Wanyama's gone to Inter. Harry Kane to Lazio for 11 million. Lacazette, Townsend to Celtic. Celtic going up a division there. We saw Jordan Rose, Leverkusen have signed. Stambouli. Any other interesting ones? Michu to Napoli. So that's him going back to the team he was on loan at. And the Premier Division was won by Juventus. That's interesting. Why is there no Champions League spaces there? That's weird. Yeah, I don't really understand that, why there's no Champions League spaces there. Cork City have gone down, even though their attempts to spend money, and Dundalk and Shamrock. This has pretty much stayed the way it has from the last season. So Celtic, Aberdeen, Rangers finishing like that. Actually, Celtic finished above AC Milan. Newcastle, Everton and Bordeaux, the 3 teams that come up, have all stayed up and done decent. But yeah, Man United don't retain, Juventus win, and that's the top 4. Now I'm pretty confused why there's no Champions League spaces all of a sudden. Don't know what's happened there. Let's look at the transfers. Falcao to Man United, 46.5 million. So they spent that money on him. Raheem Sterling to PSG. Blind PSG are spending a lot of money, and it still didn't win in the league. Chamberlain to City. Negredo to Valencia. I thought that was a done deal. Already. Shaqiri's gone to Chelsea. Barkley gone to Chelsea. Schürrle gone to Real Madrid. PSG have got quite a bit of money in, looking at it actually, but they've spent a lot more than they've got in. Let's just quickly look at the Champions League, because I don't really understand what's happened there. Top 3 teams. Oh, so it still says the same, so I'm not sure what's happened there. We'll have to wait and see. Because let's check the Champions League and see what's happened this season. Wait, actually, before, let's go on to see the other leagues. So we'll quickly look at the. No, we won't look at the Welsh. We'll look at the big ones. The Serie A. Bari win it this year. Songla as he signed for Croton, if that's how you pronounce it right. Something's weird about, maybe it's just every division, they haven't sorted out the Champions League spots yet. Yeah, it must be that. But yeah, a team called Latina look like they might be getting Europa League. See, these are the bigger teams I've missed out. But yeah, we'll see how the teams that got into the Champions League from Italy did. Let's look at Scotland, the SBL. It's obviously not written down like that. Scottish Premier League, Premiership. Air going down. Cowden Beef win again. So, good news for Cowden Beef. We'll see. The Scottish Premiership has dropped down big time without Rangers and Celtic being there. And we'll look quickly at the French League, and then we'll look at Champions League. And Bastia won. And did they win last year? Eduardo Vargas is there. Who won it last year? They did win it last year, so I was right. So Vargas doing the business, and this guy, I can't pronounce his name. He played for Cardiff. But yeah, let's look at the Champions League now and see how all the teams did. Right, it's not written as the Champions League, is it? Champions Cup. There we go. Stages. Current season. Oh, no, it's this season now. Final. 2 English teams. Chelsea win it. Amazing. So 2 teams from the our Six Nations Premier Division go on to the final and win it. The semi-final, Juventus, who won the league, were in it. So 3 of the 4 teams. So our teams are doing very well. Quarter-final, Man City were also in there. They got knocked out by Chelsea. And PSG, another one of our teams, knocked out by Dortmund. First knockout rounds. Any more teams here? No. Let's go to the group stages. No teams there. Troyes. So this is a team that got through the French league. The teams that aren't in this Six Nations League, the remaining teams. So they didn't do too great. Neither did Perugia, another team from Italy. Neither did Verona or Bastia. So none of those teams did any good whatsoever. Let's look at the Euro Cup. Let's go to the final. And Arsenal got to the final, but they lost to CSKA Moscow. CSKA Moscow seem to do well in this, in these saves. Olympiacos and Stuttgart. None of those teams are from our area. None of these teams as well. So no one did really well apart from Arsenal in the Euro Cup. Anyone else? Oh, Metz. Metz is a team. Oh wait, am I going? Oh, blimey, what have I done? Let's go back. Sorry. Oh, I'm getting all confused. Right, I missed out Lyon. Let's see how far Lyon went. Lyon got knocked out. I missed out Lyon in the quarterfinals, so they did all right. They got absolutely killed though by CSK. And here is a French team, so a team that's been left behind in France, and they got to the knockout stage and got knocked out by a team from France, but in our league, technically England. They wouldn't be allowed to draw each other in real life, but Lyon and Metz, um, they only just lost Metz. So Metz have done all right. They're the only team that seem to have done well from one of the teams that have been left behind. Any more teams here? Yeah, you can read that. You know, Guingamp in Avion de Guingamp. You see, I think I've pronounced that very well. Can another team? So the French teams. Look, there's a lot of the French teams. So the French teams that have been left behind have tend to done better than the Italian teams, which is quite interesting. As there's been three French teams that have got to the knockout stages of the Europa Cup. We'll just quickly look at the groups so quickly, because I don't want to make this video too long, but I want to give you guys as much detail as possible. So they missed out. Bari, who won the league, they just missed out to another team that's been left behind, but in France. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's look now at the trophies. So let's start off with the Six Nations trophy, which is the equivalent of the FA trophy. And that was won by Blackburn on penalties. So these are the teams that are stuck in the Conference South and the Conference North and the Conference. So Blackburn are actually in the North. They won the North. So they were actually division below, and they've done very well for themselves. So they won the league and they won that trophy. So Blackburn are looking like they could do a double promotion next season if they manage to keep on to their players. But they've lost Jordan Rhodes, so that could be difficult. But very good season for Blackburn. Let's look at the Paint Trophy. St Mirren, oh my days. St Mirren, what a season. What a season for St Mirren. They've won the Paint Trophy and they're going up. Things are looking good for St Mirren. They have definitely done better than any. Well, they've surprised me more than any other team. They're doing very well with St Mirren. Hopefully that continues for them. Now let's look at the League Cup. Now this should probably be a team from. You'd expect this to be a team from the Premier Division, and it is. Man United losing to Saint Etienne. Saint Etienne are in the Championship, so well done to Saint Etienne getting to the Championship. From the Championship getting into the Cup final, and who won the league? The FA Cup, sorry. Juventus. So Juventus do the double. They win the Cup and League double. So well done to Juventus. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. The next video will be of the next season and the upcoming European Championship. So yeah, that should be interesting. If there's anything you want me to show you, please let me know. I'm always willing to improve the way I deliver my videos and the way these videos are put across. But yeah, comment in the comments box below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode.